Hello and welcome to JXG Spotlight. I'm Gamika De Silva, your host. Thank you for joining us for another exciting episode of JXG Spotlight. And we are overwhelmed with your feedback, subscriptions, and the comments thus far. Please follow us for a lot of knowledge creation, especially on the financial field. And also, we bring in personalities who can give you insights on leadership and their experience. And today is one such day. Sri Lanka is passionate about cricket, and we follow cricket like a religion. Rugby is not that far off. If you look at the recent matches, schools, clubs, national, there's a huge following, a massive support, lot of loyalty and passion behind rugby. And when you speak about rugby, very few names strike in your mind, and one such name is right in front of me. Despite his decade of retirement from Sri Lankan rugby, he's still an icon in the rugby field, on and off, and people follow him for his leadership, his skills, his attitude, and the personality. I met this gentleman in 2010, back in 2010. That's good 16 years ago. Ever since, been a very good, close ally with me, a very close friend of mine, and I admire his evolution in terms of his career and his life over the last 16 years. And without further ado, let's welcome Mr. Fazil Marija. He's a former Sri Lankan rugby captain, both in 15s and 7s, as well as the head coach of Kandy Sports Club and the head coach of Trinity Rugby as well. Fazil, welcome to JXG Spotlight, and the spotlight is on you.
Thank you, Gamika, and thanks for having me today.
Right, Fazil. So today we are trying to have a different conversation. I know you have been in interviews talking about your rugby career and highlights, etc. I'm not going to touch on any of those. So we're going to have a different conversation. Many people do not know, and some of my team was also surprised, the fact that when you were about 16 plus or whatever for Sri Lanka under 19 squad, you were dropped and you were said you've been told by the selector saying you can't play fly half for Sri Lanka, and for me that's a eye opener. And fast forward, for me, at least for most of the rugby loving public, you're the greatest fly half that Sri Lanka has ever produced. Right now, 16 years you've been told you can't kick, you can't be the fly half of Sri Lanka, and you were dropped. How did you face this situation? Can you take us back to that memory?
Yeah, back in I think 2002, so I got selected for the wider squad, 45 member squad. Then after that, we had a trial game. So I was not a kicking fly half, I was a running fly half because all the good kickers were with me. Nalaka Virakudi's brother, he was with me from small days to under 19. So why should I kick?
Yeah. You
So
had
I
the
just
resources too.
so I just had to make the plan and execute the plan. So he was doing the kicking. So I was not focusing on kicking at all at that time. So after that, under 19, I went for trials and I got selected for the 45. Then we had a trial game. I was at that time only I realized that, oh, I need
Important. Yeah.
important of kicking, and I was not good at kicking. Then the coach was saying, okay. Then we had a match. Then I was terrible at kicking. Then the player's kick was not up to standard. Then they dropped me. Then after the trial they said, because you can't kick, you can't be in the team. So we are sorry. So we have to stay out
Drop
of the
you, yeah.
drop you out of the squad.
So how did you take it as a young 16-year-old schoolboy?
Yes, after that's a life-changing moment for me,
Right.
because after I went home, I was thinking, I need to fix this, and my father was he passed away when I was 6 7 years old, and
Yeah.
my mother was finding it difficult. We had a very like average
Lifestyle.
lifestyle. So my motivation was my mother and my family. We had difficult times when we were small. So for me, I think I have to select academics or
Yeah.
rugby. So I knew at that point rugby is the thing to go forward, because my academic was not great.
Yeah.
So I put all the focus, everything on rugby.
Rugby.
And those 5 to 6 months, I realized that I need to start practicing kicking with my friends and doing stepping and more focus, more this thing. So I had to prove myself to others that from small days I had a dream. So to be the best rugby player, best. I need to captain Sri Lanka. I need to play for Kandy. That was my goal when
From
I
small
was
days?
from small days.
Oh,
from
fantastic.
Because my uncles, cousins, everybody was playing rugby. They
You're
were
born
playing.
into a rugby community or a family, right?
Yes, at that house, I think you will be surprised that more than 30 people were living
In
there.
that house.
Oh, every day rugby, going for matches, coming back. My aunties, my mother, everybody. So from small days, but I wanted to go step ahead. In my other brothers, so I just want to be Sri Lanka captain, play Candy captain. So that was my dream when I was small. So at that time, yes, like I said earlier, my motivation was my mother to give a better life, good life to him. So I was more focused, and that 4 5 months I was practicing hard on my kicking, and yeah.
So, did you ever feel lost when you said you were dropped, and did you feel upset about it, or
Yes, I was really disappointed and upset as well. So, like I said, that is my turning point of my
so you
career.
made that setback
Yes,
into a turning point?
yes, exactly. So, yes. So, after, I think this is a funny story. I couldn't understand English at all when I was in school. So, zero.
Zero on English.
Nothing.
Okay.
So after next year after, so we had a trial game. So I was selected for the Central Province team.
Okay.
So national team was practicing with us in Nithala. So
Right.
they have a match against Hong Kong.
This is a Sri Lanka squad.
Sri Lanka squad, national squad.
Okay.
So we were practicing as well with them. Central Province squad. We had we were going to have a match against Colombo.
Right.
So this coach George Simkin. So he came up to me and said, I couldn't understand anything.
Anything he said.
Like, would you like to play a game? I thought Central Province under 19 team versus national team.
Okay.
I said, okay, coach, we'll do. So then I told the boys, මචං මේ match එකක් තියෙනවා මේ national team එකත් එක්ක අපි ගහමුද කියලා.
Okay.
මම okay එක දුන්නා දැන් කොහොමවත් ගහන්න වෙනවා කියලා.
Right.
So I was like, I said, okay, sir. Then only I knew that the fly half was injured, Sadit Mallikar actually.
So you had to.
So I had to come and play. I was
Whoa.
like, oh shit.
So that was a big shoes to fill.
big
Sajid was
shoe-
a legend
yes,
at that
yeah.
time.
And my cousin was playing fly half in
Nilfer.
the other team. So
Nilfer was playing?
yeah, Nilfer
okay.
was playing. So
Okay.
so I got scared because they were like big guys
Big
at
players, yeah.
that time. I was 17 years old.
Right.
So I was like skinny and 60 kilos. So I was nervous and I was scared, and you know what will happen. So I played the trial game. I scored 2 tries. So I got selected for my national first cap. So my cousin was in the bench. After that, he didn't play for the national team.
Yeah,
I was
you
so
continued, yeah.
Yes. So that was my story playing for the
Starting.
national team.
So you
first.
never made it to Sri Lanka under 19, but you made it directly to the
Yes.
Sri Lanka squad
Yeah.
with that.
Not even Candy.
Not even Candy, straight played for Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember.
So when I was 17, that's a
Oh,
fun
fantastic!
story.
That's a fantastic story, and I think it's an important thing that you mentioned about your mother. I have seen her at every game and being right behind you as a solid rock in terms of your ups and downs wherever. So hats off to your mother for motivating you and being your inspiration as well. So thank you, Fazil, for that inspiration and in the background about how you came back from a setback to becoming one of the best. And I know for a fact that you were a person who worked really, really hard on your skills, and you never gave up. You practiced all the time. At one point, I remember in your room there were notes around your bed, right? Notes of what to do, the game plans, etc.
I have so many books at home still. that
Written
I
down.
wrote- Yeah, written down, and I know Johan Taylor. He has given me so many books. He has a lot of moves.
Yeah.
I think 40 to 50 moves every year. So I have write down. I write down. So
Paste it in the wall
yes.
also. So, I mean, in terms of work ethics, that you give a lot of hard work, right?
Yeah.
That comes within you, right? You
Yeah.
want to practice and, be better every time.
Yeah. So I think it's comes to discipline. So off and on the field, so both. So you need to have the discipline to move forward and
Absolutely.
whatever. Uh,
Absolutely. So, Fazil, the next question basically is about winning and losing, and you have been in both ends of the story, right? You take Kingswood, for example, there were peaks, there were downfalls. Especially in Candy, I have seen you captain, you broke your leg, you couldn't play a season, coming back, losing a game, losing championships. Now, as a coach, also you have your ups, unbeaten championships, and next season you have one minor glitch and then lose the championship. So, how do you personally take the triumph of winning and the bottom end of losing? I mean, even for Trinity last year, if you look at it, won the league. Bradby, you had a problem. So how do you manage emotionally? One is personally for yourself, and second part is how do you manage the team?
yes, when I lose, when I was playing, and now I'm coaching, I go to sleep early as possible.
You shut down.
Shut down. I don't talk to my wife or kids or anybody. I just go home, sleep at 8 or 7. Soon I came home. I just shut myself down, and I can't because I'm thinking too much. Well, if we win as a player, or just hang out with the players or the coaches, just have a chat and and just talk about the game. So I have those two these things.
Extremes, yeah.
So next day only I'm starting the day, like go through the match. Win or lose, I just go through the match. What are the mistakes we had, and what do we have to improve from these things? So whatever as a coach now, what I do is what are the areas I have to improve, and I planning out the whole week. So more focus on the areas to improve,
Right.
and just touch the good things we did in the match. So that's how I
Plan.
progress. Yeah.
So even after winning, do you have that same ritual or you just take it easy?
Yes, no, we have the same thing. So, few areas we have to, there are always a few areas
Just
we
to
have
improve.
to improve. So, I focus on those more than the good things. So,
Let me also ask the question a little bit detailed. Now, let's say your team loses. Everybody's heads are down. I know that you also shut down at the
yeah.
time of loss. You regather tomorrow or the following day. How do you like motivate these guys when you're at a step back?
So it has to come from me first.
Yeah.
As a head coach, I have to be like positive. So we have like 48 hours of the period. You can be sad or you can be happy.
Happy.
So after that, you have to come straight to the point. These are the areas we have to go. So you have to refocus again, and it start from me and the coaching staff and the players.
So for you, is it like the experience over the years that has got you the mental strength? Or is it like something that you really practice to come back strong? Because like the day that you lose, you're down and out. I know your emotions, right? The following day, how do you come back strong? I know I have read somewhere, I think Roger Federer somewhere has said winning and losing is both two sides of the same coin. So how do you take that mentally?
Like I said earlier, like 48 hours. So you can be sad, you can cry, you can laugh, or you can do whatever you want. That 48 hours.
That window, yeah.
That window, you can do whatever you want as a player, as a coach, whatever. So we have a rule: 48 hours, you can celebrate whatever. After 48 hours, you have to come. You have to. So we have planned the things out, and you have to start all over again. So
Okay.
win or lose, we have the same
Same routine how to
routine.
come back within
Yes,
that 48-hour
yes,
window.
yes.
Excellent. I think that's a real good thing for even for us in the corporate world. We have our setbacks. How to refocus, understanding the win and the lose in the both sides, and coming back stronger. Moving into my next question, something that I admire about you, you gave everything in your life for rugby. Your lifestyle was around rugby, and post rugby, you didn't stop there, right? You got into coaching, and you became a successful entrepreneur. You're wearing the brand very proudly, right? F10 brand is a much looked up to brand. You have multiple other business lines as well in your portfolio. So how did you plan this life after rugby career? Because I think that's an advice that the young up and coming rugby players would like to see.
Yeah. So what was I? So for me, I focus on more rugby than studies or anything. So latter part of my career, I realized that I need to life after rugby. What I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
Then after that, I started the first rugby preschool in Sri
Sri Lanka.
Lanka when I was playing as well, because I want to give something back to the society. So that's why I started that when I was playing, kids. Then after that, I was like I had few businesses as well. It fell. It didn't work out as
Some
planned.
businesses didn't
Yes,
work, yeah.
few businesses. Then after that, I started F10.
Yeah.
So F10 means Fazil. My
Yeah.
jersey number was 10.
10,
So
yeah.
that's how it. So I started 6 years back. Now I'm more focused on international brands. So recently I'm tie up with Qatar Rugby Union
Oh,
as
fantastic.
well. Then Samoa. Uh, American Samoa and team in USA, then a few other teams in Ireland, Canada, then Lebanon. So,
Oh, fantastic.
so I'm trying to grow my business. Hopefully, I can retire
Absolutely,
soon.
absolutely.
Retire from rugby soon.
So Fazil, I mean, I know you're an extraordinary character. You thought about life after rugby. A lot of people don't, and you dedicate the entire life to. And this is a question I asked from Nigel also when he joined. You dedicate your time and effort, everything into rugby. Rugby is like 24/7 for your life. But how do you your advice also to the youngsters?
When you are playing rugby, you need to focus on rugby as well, and as this thing you need to focus on our life after rugby. So you have to see where you good at after rugby, maybe something business or something. So you have
or
to,
even in our company, you had to progress, right?
Yes, so you have to choose what's your what
Career goal.
Yes, career goals, and what do you enjoy the most.
Yeah.
And do that.
Rugby, you can love rugby, you can be in rugby, but that's not going to be forever, right? And especially in a country like Sri Lanka, you need to have your lifestyle, your career sorted out, and whether your academic or business or anything that you need to have that balance and focus on that.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
what
Yes,
right?
yes, exactly.
And we can't also forget the partnership, right? I think your wife Yasara plays a key role in terms of driving the career and the business side of it. Would you like to make a mention on that one?
Yes, of course, because I told her, don't work, look after the kids, and support me, so I will do the rest. So she is doing a great job because of her. I'm like free to do my thing, and credit goes to her.
Absolutely. And even in terms of your clothing and the branding work, I mean, she gets involved a lot.
Yes, she is looking after the brand as well.
With her experience on the marketing side. Interesting. So, Fazil, we move to another questions. What has rugby taught you about building life beyond the game? Your advice. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, you played over a decade of rugby. For life, what are the lessons you took from rugby?
I think number one, discipline and people management. So from small days, I have worked with so many, like with my teammates, now with the players and the management, school, teachers. That's the main part. So I know how to manage people like from rugby. And last thing is like never give up. Like how do you say that? Whatever you start, like don't
give up, and you focus on what you want to achieve.
Yeah, so that's the main three things I have learned from rugby. So that still apply for me as well. Still
Absolutely. I think, one of the important things you brought in, I think a general one that people will say, okay, courage, determination, commitment. But you also brought in people management, right? Your teammates, your coaches, your management, or even in school, the teachers, all that. I think the stakeholder management also very key. And especially you are as a captain and a coach as well, right?
Yes, that's the main, this thing, I think, main part of, like, for me, the coaching perspective, like, I have to, playing is easy, way easier than coaching. So I have managed 45 emotions. When somebody's drop, I have to talk to them. It's really difficult for me to how to, like, I have to motivate the players day in day out, practices, matches, how to get them focused. It's difficult task. If you can manage the players and people, I think you're
That's a key.
That's
I
a
think.
key, I think.
Absolutely. Wonderful thoughts, Fazil. Fazil, now I'm not going to move into a little bit of a rapid fire round, put you on the spot and ask a couple of questions. I want fast, quick, spontaneous answers, right? First question. Best ever rugby player in the world for you?
Daniel Carter.
Dan Carter, yes. Best ever rugby player in Sri Lanka for you? Sri Lanka has produced.
I've heard of Isham Abdin, but I haven't
Seen
seen
him
him.
playing.
But I have seen Indrit Bandaranaike. I'll go with him. He's my inspiration.
Idol. Oh, fantastic. I had the fortune of seeing Bande play for Kandy and Sri Lanka as well.
So his last 2 games was my first 2 games for Candy. So
Oh.
I played with him. So I
Fantastic.
was lucky enough to play with him.
Fantastic, fantastic. And as an individual also, he's such a nice gentleman out there. Right. Now, I have 2 questions for you to start, bench, and drop a player. I asked a similar question from Nigel when he visited last time. I gave him the options of number 9 and number 6 or 7, the third row. Now, I'm not going to ask you the same thing. I'm going to ask you about the fullbacks and probably number 8s. Okay, I'll bring you the world number 10s as well for you to select. So I'll give you 3 players. You have to start one, bench one, and drop one. And I'll ask you why that is so also. Okay. Number 15 is a key position. You played 10, so I'm not going to ask about 10s because for me also you're still the best number 10, so I won't give you any comparison on that. Number 15, very crucial. Place kicking, defense, and the game management, all that. Nalaka Virakodi, Riza Mubarak, Radhika Hettiarachchi. All 3 you have played against. Good friends. Tough one.
Tough
Start
one.
one, bench one, and drop one.
Riza is a good kicker. He can defend. Hetty also same.
Yeah.
I think Hetty is a good attacking player. Nalak is a good kicker. So I will start with Riza and bench Nalak Virakodi.
And drop Radhika Hettiarachchi. Can't help because you have only 2 choices to make. Right, now this will probably be a little bit of an easy one. I know you're All Blacks fan as well. Number 10 for All Blacks. There's always debate right now as well with Richie Mo'unga moving into New Zealand. Start one, bench one, drop one. Borden Barrett, Richie Mo'unga, and Damien McKenzie.
Richie Mo'unga, I will start.
Okay.
Borden Barrett will be in the
Bench.
bench.
And Damien McKenzie.
McKenzie will be-
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's always a debate on the 15 for All Blacks as well. Now, little bit of unfamiliar position, not in the backs but in the forwards. I won't bore you with props and the front row and the second row, but I'll give you third row options. All 3 you know quite well. Some you have played, some you have not, or one you have not. Harizoma, one of the best Sri Lanka produced number 8s, Captain Candy as well. Sean Vijayasinghe, your good friend, teammate, Captain Candy. Dushant Liuke, good friend, played with you, Sri Lanka coach. All 3 number 8s. Start one, bench one, drop one.
I haven't played with Harisoma, so
So that makes it easy.
yes. I will start with Sean and Luke will be in the bench.
So, okay. Right. Okay, interesting. Okay. Now, the funny question. If you wake up as one of the following, what would you do first? Right? Tomorrow morning, you wake up as somebody else, and then what would you do? Dan Carter.
I'll just walk around without my t-shirt.
Walk around without the t-shirt. That you always do. Right? Your good friend, Nigel Ratwat. Do some gardening.
Gardening, or if I'm on the beach, go do some
Go surfing.
surfing.
Yeah, right. Okay, interesting. As Yasar Abenayaka.
Sleep.
Sleep again. That's a good one. I hope Yasara is listening to this. Right. Favorite holiday setting, beach or mountains?
Beach.
Always.
Definitely, yes.
What do you enjoy most, playing or coaching? You said the answer.
Playing.
Playing. You always say that it's too much stress for you to
Yes.
be in. You want to explain why?
I have to like I said, I have to handle so many people, like kids, then the school. I mean, school management, everything. So it's too
Plus
much
also
for
another
me.
thing that I remember you telling me, if I'm playing, I can do something because I'm in the field. But when I'm
Exactly.
coaching, I don't have the control there.
Yes.
I can only tell what to do,
Yes,
right?
yes.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. So at least last minute I can do something when I was when
You're
I'm
playing, yeah.
So this one.
All right, okay. What's your favorite pastime? I know the answer.
Sleep.
Huh? Sleep?
Yeah.
Huh?
Just
You'll
want-
always pick sleep
Yeah, yes.
over anything else, right? Biggest regret in your life?
Okay. Biggest regret in my life is rugby. Yeah, rugby wise,
Or it can be anything. I mean, it can be rugby or life. Right?
yeah, rugby, not uh, getting a Asian game medal for Sri Lanka. So that was my only this regret, that we were so close.
Yeah.
We couldn't.
Sevens, yeah?
Yes, sevens. So we were in the.
We won the, I think we went into the plate or the shield level, and
Yeah, so third place match we lost. We drew the match, and
Yeah.
extra time we lost against.
So that was very close, and we had a very good squad, and we were performing really well.
At that time, Suri was in peak, myself, Mithun Hapugada, Anuruddha Wilbara, Lema. So at that one kickoff, I still can remember that if we have that, if we had that kickoff in my hand or Surya, we should have scored definitely, because
This was against who was the opposition?
Korea.
Korea.
Third
Okay.
place game. So that's the only disappointment. That I couldn't bring a medal to Sri Lanka.
Yeah. But I think you made it up on the 15th, the Asian Fine Nation, that we managed the Tier
Yeah.
2 championship,
Yeah,
right?
maybe one day if I coach, that's my only dream to have a medal for Sri
Fantastic.
Lanka in seven. So we'll see.
Good. I wish you all the very best on that one. Final question on the rapid fire. One thing you cannot live without.
Rugby.
Rugby. Or should I call it the gym?
Gym. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Sir. Gym. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
You need it every day.
Yes, I need it every day. I just go 6 times a week, sometimes 7. So I just.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Fazil, being very honest on the rapid fire as well. Final thoughts for the fans that you have and the kids who are following rugby, idolizing you, want to be a player like you. Any advice that you want to leave with?
One thing, don't give up your dreams, and it'll take time. So just take one step at a time. Don't be in a hurry to take a big step. It doesn't work. So it'll take some time. So do what you love. So one thing, do what you love, and just small progress is enough than a big one. So just
small steps.
yes, just focus, and main thing, like I said, discipline.
Yeah.
So
That's absolutely
on and
right.
off, maybe on and off the field, maybe for corporate off
Yep.
the field. So just focus and discipline. Do like small thing, right?
Small things, right? And
Yeah.
be consistent
Yes,
and be
yes,
disciplined on that.
yes.
I think a very, very valuable advice for all the youngsters, all the up and coming rugby players idolizing Fazil. I think that's a absolutely valid advice from Fazil, coming from years of experience. Fazil, thank you very much for joining us. I know you have a packed schedule with the matches coming up, and I wish you all the very best with the coaching career. Both in Trinity as well as Candy, and maybe few other responsibilities in the future. I wish you all the luck with your businesses growing faster, and I know lot of prosperity. I wish you all the very best. Thank you for taking time and joining us, and wish you all the best.
Thank you, Gamika, and thanks for having me here.
It's a pleasure. Thank you, Fazil.
All right.
So I think very interesting discussion with Fazil Marija, former Sri Lanka rugby captain, 15s as well as 7s, and the current head coach of Trinity College Rugby as well as Candy Sports Club. He mentioned a couple of things. Setbacks can be the turning points, and he's a person, when he was 16 years old, dropped saying that you cannot kick, you cannot be a fly half for rugby. And he became the greatest ever fly half in Sri Lanka. And that's a success story in itself. So that gives you the courage, determination, and the discipline he spoke about. He also spoke about how he learned discipline, stakeholder management, and the fact that you go for your goal without giving up. And that's the advice he's leaving you with. I'm sure this discussion triggered some thoughts for you and inspiration. So until we meet again with another JXG Spotlight podcast, see you and stay safe.